There are a few shards lying under the table. There are a few shards. There's a rope dangling right in front of the window. Better take it, I guess. So I didn't dream it. It actually happened. That's the book from the ritual chamber. Mordred's book. The pages are empty.
Damn. Can't be. What the? Everything is in the book. And now there's nothing in the book.
Okay. Keep calm. Remember, in the ritual chamber with Angelina, the blood of a male Gordon. If I drop some of my blood onto the book, then the writings ought to become visible. A piece of glass. That ought to do it. Ow. Nothing. Not a stop. Here's something. Oh no, it's just Mordred's dumbass summoning. All that for nothing. But I have to do something. I can't just let Mordred win. I'd rather be dead than a centuries-old murderer. My father, he's already trodden this path. It might be the simplest way, but it's also the most effective. Without me, there is no Mordred. My death will be his as well. I've got no other choice. The Gordons, centuries-old family. Cursed right down to the very last descendant. And I am him. The story of the Gordons ends with me. Go away!
Come down, Adrian. You can't do that. There is another way.
What do you know?
More than you think. I can help you beat the curse. Trust me, please. Come down here. Please!
Who sent you, and why?
My employer is the Vatican. Have you ever heard of the Apostolic Visitation? We're mainly concerned with supernatural phenomena, what are commonly known as miracles.
The Vatican. There I was, thinking it couldn't get much worse, and then the church comes knocking at the door.
I was sent here because we had been informed that Black Mirror Castle had burned down. It was apparently just a routine mission. I was to sort out legal matters and release the funds for the Gordons to rebuild the castle. But then I found out that Victoria Gordon was on her deathbed, and that Angelina was nowhere to be found. My task then became to secure the Gordons' inheritance and to minimize the effects of the curse as best I could.
The effects of the curse? The Gordon's inheritance?
Adrian, your eyes.
Yeah, I know. They're black. What do you know about the curse of the Gordons?
Mordred wanted immortality and power. He somehow anchored his soul in the mirror, but he was caught during a ritual by his brother. Shortly before his death, he cursed Marcus's descendants to collect souls, in order that he could be called back into life with them. And it would seem it worked, judging by your eyes.
Collect souls? You mean kill people?
Yes.
You're wrong. I haven't killed anyone, and still Mordred lives in me.
As far as I can gather, your twin sister and we got it all wrong. Angelina was originally supposed to take over the guardian role. We didn't know anything about it. We thought the last male Gordon committed suicide 12 years ago.
What do you mean, guardian role? You mean to guard these portals, right?
That is the Gordon's inheritance. The Guardians are people of pure heart who were chosen by the church a long time ago to guard the Black Mirror.
The Black Mirror?
Yes, a great mirror, which also serves as an ancient portal and lies deep beneath the castle. Marcus Gordon took over this duty and passed it on to his children.
But how should a Gordon stay pure of heart if they're all destined to murder?
Your family has produced more Guardians than it has. Only Marcus's descendants are in a position to resist the Black Mirror. We still don't know why. However, we don't have any time now to research the exact reason for this, and then find an alternative Guardian from outside the Gordon family.
So, I'm definitely your last hope then. How do you know all this?
From the Vatican archives, and also from this book here, which I found in the library. It's the Book of the Guardians.
There are no longer any Guardians of pure heart here, just Mordred.
Adrian, right from birth, you were destined to become a Guardian. Without Angelina, Mordred's curse would never have passed through. Victoria would never have wanted nor permitted you to kill yourself. Do you want to simply ignore her final wishes? Adrian, if you're going to kill yourself, everything could only get worse. If there were no longer any Guardians, then the Black Mirror would be open to all. The mirror would enslave the weak and bring Mordred back into the world, and the Black Mirror will be unprotected. Victoria would have never allowed you to commit suicide. Are you going to simply ignore Victoria's life?
All right then. I'll give you one chance. Did I understand that correct? I'm the last Gordon of Marcus's lineage, and therefore also the last Guardian? But I can't guard the portal because a cursed part of me, the Mordred part, wants to open the portal. And if I kill myself, the portal can be opened because there are no more Guardians.
Something like that.
So, what do you suggest?
An exorcism. In the church.
An exorcism?
It's an ancient ritual. Long before there were Christians, ghosts and demons were being... It works. You only have to believe in it.
I'm possessed by the devil. Don't talk to me about that. Okay, I'll do it.
Thank you, Adrian. And now let's go to the church. We should complete the exorcism before nightfall.
So, how does a person get to work for the Vatican?
Later.
Holy Mother in Heaven!
Yeah, a good day to you too, Father.
Prioress Antolini, welcome back. You've arrived at just the right time.
Now do you see why I was in such a hurry?
Miss Antolini has had an idea about how to solve my problem.
Yes, I've been informed. The Archbishop has told me about it himself.
5 minutes later, and you would have had to inform Mark as well.
Father, have you ever performed an exorcism?
I've been the priest for the whole manor of Black Mirror for years. Everyone here has been baptized by me, and my words accompany them to the grave. I've taken the confessions of murderers, and I...
Father, have you or haven't you?
No, not in practice. But I do have the theoretical knowledge.
Oh, great. I'm the guinea pig.
Adrian, I've been trained for something like this. I've studied the Rituale Romanum several, and if Prioress Antolini thinks it's the best option, then I agree with her. After all, she is, well...
I've already told Adrian who I work for, but I'm afraid we don't have time to discuss
Good. Then let's begin the
Okay, and what can I do?
We need information. So the more we know about the demon, the better.
We already have his name, so we can address him. Do you know any more?
What would be important?
It would be good to know how he sinned. And a personal item. Something that anchors him in this
Then
world.
I'll get searching.
But be quick. I'll prepare everything with the priest.
Good day, sir.
Edward, I completely forgotten about it. Hi, Edward. I didn't expect you so soon.
If it's inconvenient, I could come back another time.
Why are you here again?
You said I should come by during the course of the day, about an eventual position.
Oh, yes. Excuse me, Edward. As you see, I don't really have time just
Perhaps
now.
I can help you.
Actually, there is something. It would be great if you could deliver this letter to Inspector Spooner. Tell him I found it while tidying up the greenhouse.
Of course, sir.
You're not gonna tell anyone else about it. The thing
Most
is-
certainly not, sir. Discretion is the most important virtue of a butler.
Good man. In other circumstances, he'd be the perfect new Bates. Photos of my ma and pa. They can't help me anymore. And what have we got here? A pair of pliers. A shaky old bed, full of woodworm. Perfect for dying in. Ugh. Now I can see that I look. The castle looks really threatening. Photos of my mom. And what have we got? Ugh. A shaky old... Hey, I definitely know that. The Guardian's highest virtue is faith, as much in himself as in God. These notes, who's writing them? Am I writing them myself? Or Mordred? Even if the pages are blank, maybe the book will be useful for the exorcism. Who knows? It did once belong to Mordred, after all.
Ah, Adrian.
I've sorted everything out with Val. I've sorted everything. Father Frederick,
My son?
I found a book that belonged to Mordred, but all the pages are blank.
How do you know it belonged to him?
It's from his grave.
We can divert his attention. You'd better give that to me. Have you found out anything else?
No, not yet. But I'm trying my best. A rope, at least 20 meters long, but not particular. An extension cable. I don't have the time to read everything, but at first glance, it looks like it's just full of stories about the White Lady. It even tells here about how she died. In the final duel with my brother, she threw herself between us to stop the bloodshed, but he was no longer the brother I once knew. The evil had corrupted him too much. How great must this power have been to make him forget all of the battles in which we had fought together side by side? How incessantly overpowering must the evil be to make him forget just how much he had loved his wife Maria. His blade pierced her heart and snapped as though it were made from glass. That was also the end of my brother. But then, with his final breath, he cursed me and all my descendants. I killed my brother. I will never be able to forgive myself for that. His final resting place will be in our chapel. May God have mercy on his soul. That must be a transcript from Marcus's writings. A power socket. The bucket is half full of a white... A power socket. Ugh, it's as gloomy here. Hello,
Adrian, I knew you would call again.
Who else could it be?
Pick a card. I'll draw the Hierophant for you.
Hero... Huh?
The Hierophant. He is also called the Shaman, the Pope, or the High Priest. You will receive the...
The only question being...
I see death.
I'm not surprised.
Oh. What now? What has the tower now have gone and dropped all my cards?
Could that maybe mean now that...
No. How do you come to have a silly idea like that? Now then, I can see it clear. Death will touch you. Or also...
Okay, that's enough.
Yes?
Is this Mr.
Absolutely.
Gordon? Adrian.
Mr. Gordon.
Thanks.
I'm assuming...
Mr. Dukes, can you tell me again what...
Well, with all privilege.
What response... I'll be in
Of
touch.
course, Mr.
Hello,
Well,
Doc-
Mr. Gordon.
About only
Is he a
two...
friend? That always goes
Uh...
down.
Dr. Jones. So,
Now that's making it
goodbye, Doctor.
seconds away.
In the corner, there's a rich... I'd love to have a little bit of a... Mordred. Ah, he's down here. Strange. Didn't Victoria say he was married? And even had. Why aren't they on here? Strange. Why aren't they on here? A massive block of stone. The globe is metal. What are these It looks like mildew. I have discovered dirt. Oh, look. Green. This is Victoria's jewelry. This is Victoria's. Photos of my. And what have we got here? Don't reckon this hole's got much more to offer. An empty letterbox. No one's answering. The correct translation is... I definitely won't find anything to do with Mordred. I can't show up in the village with black eyes. I'd probably end up getting lynched by an angry mob with pitchforks. And if I'm gonna play the Guardian, then I ought to stay alive for as long as I can. Father Frederick,
My son?
Mordred's wife was called Maria.
Ah, that's good to know. Those are worldly, familial. I'm sure we can address Mordred with that. Particularly if he loved her.
Well, he murdered her. With a sword.
Oh, that's excellent. For our purposes. Now we have enough information.
Okay, so what happens
Just
now?
lie down here and trust in Jesus, our Lord. Miss Antolini, are you recording?
This is the exorcism of Adrian Gordon. Present are Father Frederick, pastor of the Church of Wormhill, as conducting exorcist, and as witness and doctor, Prioress Valentina Antolini.
It has begun. Let us pray.
In nomine
Patris, et Filii, et Spiritus Sancti.
Amen.
Amen. Most glorious Prince of the heavenly armies, Saint Michael the Archangel, defend us in our battle against principalities and powers, against the rulers of this world of darkness, against the spirits of wickedness in the high places. Come to the assistance of men whom God has created to his likeness, and whom he has redeemed at a great price from the tyranny of the devil. We know your name, demon, you that calls itself Mordred. Release Adrian, I command you in the name of our Lord.
Stoop down, impure spirit.
Mordred, you who made yourself guilty during life and therefore remain guilty in death and beyond, go to the hell in which you belong. Go into purgatory, where you should burn sinner for all your deeds.
Behold the cross of the Lord.
Mordred, you who has raised the weapon against your brother Marcus, you who murdered your wife with a blade of your sword, Maria, whose soul has found no peace since then.
Behold the cross of the Lord.
Guilty you are, Mordred, and guilty you will always be. Bow beneath the all-powerful hand of God. Release Adrian and go there where you can receive the vengeance of God.
Father Frederick.
I saw him. He spoke to me. It's the wrong place. There's nowhere for him to go here. Not from his world.
Oh, Father. Adrian. Adrian, wake up! Thank you again for helping me bring Adrian to the castle.
But of course, miss. Is there anything else I can do for you?
No, not at the moment.
Then I'll come over again tomorrow. Have a nice day.
See you. As long as Adrian's still asleep, I should let the Archbishop know about the current state of affairs. Perhaps the secret entrance is hidden under it. Or maybe just old-fashioned underfloor heating. you.